Yo, so I just felt like I should do a video or two or three on the whole Will Smith situation. I know it's kind of past tense or after the fact. People probably not worried about it, but it's just something that I wanted to talk about. And, maybe it'll catch on, maybe it won't, whatever. Um, so the first thing would be Chris Rock's perspective, all right? So Chris Rock, dope comedian, easily, top 50, top 100 best comedians of all time, like at least in the States. I don't know about comedy in other countries or if it's much of a thing. I've never seen never mind. I don't really watch foreign comedy, so I don't know if there's foreign comedians uh, outside of the U.S. Like this is all I know, Um, but yeah, I mean, he started from the bottom, became Chris Rock, the Chris Rock, right? He forged forward, but it doesn't mean that he was without flaws, that everything in his life went perfectly. So with Chris Rock, I mean, he recently went on a well, not recently, but he went on a radio show at one point and spoke about how he was bullied growing up as a kid, and how childhood traumas, if un, unattended, or if you don't deal with them, they eventually come back. They eventually impact you somehow. And despite him forging forward, some of the things that he went through, they came back. And many times, the things that we go through, they're there. You know what I'm saying? Like we may forge forward, but the impact isn't null and void because you decide to keep walking, right? Like some of the impact can sometimes dictate your behavior. The question is how, and what you're gonna like how will you willfully control the direction that energy goes in, or will it control the energy that you go in and impact your relationships and your well, like ability to build and stuff like that? I feel like I'm ranting. I don't know. Let me know in the comment section if me going into all this extra side note detail is too much. Anyway, it honestly just made me wonder about what he has to say, like what his actual processing of the Will Smith slapping him on stage in front of everybody, and it being a meme, and all these freaking videos, and people talking about it. I saw a freaking wall painting or whatever, like some art on a wall in what, Germany or something like that. It's like some completely different country. It's that big of a deal. And I just wonder how it's impacting him. Like how um like did the slap itself end up being some kind of a callback to his childhood? Like did it affect him in that way? Because I mean, some things stick with you, and you have to work through it and just try not to give into it in a way. And then hell, like a few days later, he's doing stand up, and he gets heckled by a guy that's apparently giving him the impression that he wants to physically get up there and put hands on Chris. So that almost reinforces the slap, and it reinforces the situation that he dealt with as a kid, being bullied and stuff. And then I'm hearing about how I saw a video by Aries Spears, dope comedian, needs to be in movies and stuff. And he was just talking about yeah. So I saw a video where Aries Spears was talking about how he's been, you know what I'm saying, in multiple situations where hecklers would like throw stuff on stage or try to come up on stage, and it'd be some kind of altercation or whatever. You know, and well, maybe not come up on stage. I'll play the video if I can. Um, but he had a freaking ketchup bottle thrown at him. You know, so it can get way more serious than I thought it could doing stand up comedy. But I guess I somewhat get it because you're roasting people. But now what this has done is that it is on some level possibly made Chris Rock a target. You know what I'm saying? Because Will Smith, he decided to be in his emotions, and or he considered that to be his way of protecting Jada. And I guess Jada was okay with it because, I mean, she was laughing after Will smacked Chris Rock. Like it was funny. Like the chaos that was about to ensue, or what happened didn't matter. Like it was just like in that moment, it was what he did. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. That's a whole nother video. So I kind of just want to say, you know, kudos to Chris for maintaining himself, but also, I mean, I just want to wish him well because I mean, I don't know how this is going to impact him long term. I don't know what he's gonna have to deal with these different shows. I mean, they basically escorted a dude out of one of his shows because he was getting too rowdy, I guess you could say. Uh, so I mean, there's a lot of people talking about Will, a lot of people talking about how I guess Jada was a victim, but I mean, what about Chris? You know, what about him and his family, or his well-being and his safety moving forward? You know, I mean, it's people can be crazy. You know, it's hard to predict what somebody's gonna do sometimes, and that's why when you're in a position of power, a position of influence, you probably shouldn't just run up and slap somebody or act out of your emotions, or um, be heavily engulfed in the belief in the the justification of toxicity, you know. But I mean, it really goes to show how much. I mean, just really the different responses, Jada laughing, people on Will and Jada's side. It just kind of goes to show uh, where we are right now. You know. Then again, there's a lot of people on Chris Rock's side and a lot of people against what happened. So I'm hoping that we're kind of coming out of it, right? That this moment, you know, isn't just a meme. That we can kind of it's providing an opportunity to look at ourselves and look at where we want to go and what we want. And that's why I really felt like I needed to do a video on it. I don't know who's gonna hear me, who's gonna um, if anybody's gonna be persuaded by what I'm saying. But I just hope I can reach somebody, and maybe we can shift into something that's more aligned with positivity, or aligned with um, something sustainable, like something that's emotionally sustainable, that's more gratifying. You know, that's my 2 cents on the whole Chris Rock situation, his angle, I guess you could say. We won't truly know uh, how he feels about it until he has taken out the time to process it, which is what he said. So we'll see what happens and just kind of go from there. All right. Until next time, hit me up, like, comment, subscribe, and all that other good stuff is going down. Yo.